technology sucks sometimes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the last tape now. We're at Tape Dark. But what does Almochop say about them?
Team Dark stages are more difficult and recommended for the intermediate players.
Yeah. Not as complex as Chaotix, but you know. Anyway. Are you all ready to rock? I don't know.
Oh, are we started?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't hear it.
I don't want to have it up too loud so it won't echo, Andrew. I'm not turning up that much. So otherwise they're going to hear an echo.
I can echo in my soul. Oh.
Then you got some of those fans that are like, Shadow should have stayed dead. You got some of those fans that say, Shadow should have stayed dead.
We don't call them fans. We call them retards.
It's like, to a point I understand what they're getting at. It's like, because they haven't really used, I mean, at least the past few years they haven't used this character very well. Of course I haven't used any character very well, but
you know the weak dog meme, the weak dog, strong dog. Wait, does she have Heelys?
I don't know.
It looked like they were Heelys. See?
Yeah. When did Heelys come out?
I don't remember.
Because this...
They aren't Heelys, but from a distance it looked like they were wheels.
Oh yeah, baby, this makes us a team.
Oh yeah, baby, this makes us a team.
Gosh, Heelys.
Remember Shadow?
Something else, let me tell you.
Remember Shadow right here? With his nose?
Oh, in 1999.
Huh. Thought they were... Well, they probably were rebranded and re-advertised later on with like newer versions then.
I mean, I remember Heelys when we were kids. I wanted some, but my feet... So basically, I have small feet for my height, but when I was a kid, my feet grew too fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like other kids would have light-up shoes, and I had them for a short time, but my feet grew so quickly, they grew too big for light-up shoes at an age in which I still would have had light-up shoes. And
So
then my feet
essentially-
just stopped growing, and I wear a 10.5 4E. So basically where my feet should have grew forward, they grew sideways. It's weird.
So basically this is your way of saying that, that you now kill cows instead of horses.
Burgers are delicious, I'll put it that way. But, okay, so the meme earlier, the strong dog, weak dog meme.
Yeah.
There's one that's just got two weak dogs with berets on.
Yeah.
And it says, Anarchist then. I have failed another revolution. Anarchist now. I have failed another revolution. I'm gay. Because anarchy won't work.
Press the white button.
Once activated, you can immobilize the enemies, but only for the amount
And... Like the little tiny, like, sound effect. Worthless supermodels. You know, right? Said worthless supermodels. I guess you are. Woo! Ha! Ha! Hawk. That's Ratchet though. He's like when he's doing the third thing. Hawk. Ratchet and Clank. Level up. Shadow, why did you dab? I did it before it was cool. And then cringy as well. It was always cringy then. Alright.
Total cringe.
Woo-woo. I played so much of Pac-Man Museum Plus earlier. I got it on discount. But like, it's like that game was kind of disappointing with some of those problems, but like, it's kind of interesting how they actually went out of their way to make sure that, like, because of the whole legal issue with Miss Pac-Man, they're just trying to say, what's Miss Pac-Man? All we have here is Pac-Mom.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole legal thing with Miss Pac-Man.
Sorry, lol, what?
There's a whole legal thing with Miss Pac-Man where, like, Pac-Man isn't paying his alimony, and
Pac-Man isn't paying his alimony. What the ever-living heck?
His I don't know. Anyway, because technically Miss Pac-Man wasn't made by Namco, or yeah, Namco. And because of that, like, there's this whole legal thing, and I'm trying to figure. Okay, so like, I can't remember. There's a whole thing where like the guy didn't want to deal with it anymore or something, but instead of selling it to Namco, he sold it to At Games, the ones who made a lot of those crappy like plug and play things, like the ones with like not the best ports or not very good emulations. And so now they're just like, well, we're just gonna erase Miss Pac-Man from history,
Yeah.
But I feel like Namco should just like. I feel like their best option. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the world of business or anything, but I feel like their best option by now is to like buy up At Games or something. I don't know if that could work, but like, if they bought them, they would at least have Miss Pac-Man again.
Eating popcorn is gay because you're eating a busted knife.
Good lord. I think I've heard something like that before.
That's so stupid.
I know. Good.
Good. Oh,
Watch it.
okay.
Reloaded.
Sorry, reload.
So what about Dog Police?
Useless heaps of metal.
What?
That thing is Dog Police. Dog Police, Dog Police. Nobody knows who you are. Roof, 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 roof.
Boop.
This is a bit
Boop.
too much.
Boop.
I did first hear it from actually I first heard about it from Game Grumps whenever they were playing this level as Team Dark.
This is the ultimate power.
What were they doing there for a moment?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Perfect as always.
So you know that the Metroid Prime remaster came out recently. And I already beat it.
Well, aren't you
I've beaten it
special?
before. I only had to look up like one thing.
It's like you played through the game before or something.
Yeah, I only had to look up one thing in the game.
How come the graphics were so good?
Ancient civilization.
Is that what you looked up?
No, I said look up where one of the
Beautiful.
artifacts is at. Our primary thing is Eggman.
I don't know.
You're right about Eggman.
Omega mentioned something about Eggman and I just babbled. Annihilate Tron. I don't know, he's saying charge or something.
Ugh.
Annihilation. So does Sonic seem more American to you or Japanese to you? I mean, I know it's made by... Like, I watched a video recently talking about, talking about, like, how Sonic is fundamentally Japanese. Which, I mean, honestly, I feel like Sonic has always felt Japanese, even if it had some stuff to appeal to Western audiences. Now that doesn't mean that I still prefer English because I understand English. If I only spoke Japanese, I'd want to hear it in Japanese, but that's, you know. So basically, if you want to hear it in Japanese, but in American, you're morally wrong. No. Well, anyway, Anile Charge. I was thinking the same thing. Worthless supermodels.
I love this thing, you know, the Donald Duck goes to sleep and halfway wakes up meme.
Oh, yeah.
And it brings up a good point. How come I've never seen a microwave commercial?
Oh, yeah.
I never thought about it either.
Yeah. Well, why have we never seen any?
Microwaves aren't real. If there's no commercial for it, it doesn't exist.
Well, Australia is a fake country invented by the government to try and push that the moon is real.
It's part of their kangaroo conspiracy.
Yeah.
Kangaroo.
I was saying that in the live stream yesterday, and the person's, they're like, I'm trying to wrap my head around this sentence here, so there's this comment or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Ugh. Ugh.
Anile Charge.
I'm sleepy.
No.
Hey, where's the turtle going?
They're going on a rad cool adventure.
Don't fracking care. Maria.
This is like a shadow in a Mexican soap opera or something. Maria. I don't know. So I know that like Brutalmoose tried to say that like Omega was the most annoying character in
No, that belongs
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Charmy,
No, I'm talking about Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
But that still belongs to Charmy.
Yeah, see? Okay, we'll follow that one.
Yeah. Let's see. Anyone know why we're here? Why we exist? Curse you, Charmy.
I just like in the Doom Shadow show how the military, how the military commander just eats raw flickies.
Yeah, I know.
Like he just in a bucket of flickies and just keeps pulling them out and eating them. Doesn't he eat like a little Chris Thorndike too?
Yeah. I like how they just did that because of how much like so many people hated Chris Thorndike.
How about the fact that the Doom Shadow show had better animation than any of these Sonic and other Madness
Apparently,
videos?
I can't remember if that was because he had like a different thing working on it or like different people helping him on it or something. I can't remember what it was. It was like something different about it.
Here's my question.
What's that?
Are the Sonic
That's
and
funny.
other Madness videos worth watching today?
You know, that's something we'd have to look at now. Because it's like, you look at some internet videos we thought were hilarious back in the day, and then you watch them now and it's like, yeah.
You know what would be really funny to do?
What's
That
that?
would be kind of interesting is get some of our old friends that used to watch those,
Yeah. And just
And
have
have
a
a watch
party.
party.
Yeah.
or we would just watch every one of the Sonic and other Madness videos and then the movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Sonic movie Madness is still the biggest Flash project ever undertaken. It was at the time.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, a full-length movie in Flash
Yeah.
with all those characters. I mean, they've all been backed up somewhere, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
A little more interesting.
You know, Roger Vanderwater, right, or something
Yeah.
like that. He's still making some stuff.
I
Like
know. You gotta appreciate the hustle and the grind. Like,
that. Yeah. Well, anyway, here's what I'm gonna say about Shadow the Hedgehog: is that the game, getting a B proves his power.
holy crap.
Is that okay? So Shadow the Hedgehog, it's not a perfect game. I would say there's room for improvement. Which one's that one?
Oh, that's right. It's one of the Sonic and Other Madness.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the one that leads up to the movie.
Yeah.
Is that any way to treat your creator?
Gee, I wonder why Eggman was hinting at whenever he said "you must be Omega," despite it being an him being an Eggman robot.
We're talking to you, Doctor.
It's funny how much, like in the Sonic and Other Madness stuff, how much Roger hated George Bush and Tony Blair.
Yeah.
They were like a gay couple. Like an evil gay couple. Golly.
Yeah, that was funny. Annihilate charge.
Annihilate charge, annihilate charge, annihilate charge, annihilate charge.
I'll just keep doing this. I could do this all day. I can't do this all day.
Annihilate charge.
So here's what I'll say about Shadow the Hedgehog, the game. It's like, I think that it is highly overhated by the people who still like say like, oh, it's a bad game, blah blah blah. That said, I can only do so many like paths at a time. You know? Per
Do you still have a save file from the GameCube days
yeah.
of
Yeah, I still have that same save file. I have like,
oh my gosh, are you
I want to say around half, almost half the endings.
are you
done.
wanting to complete all of them?
No. Sometimes I may do it just to like have an excuse to play Shadow the Hedgehog, just to be like, okay, I'm just doing this just so I can play Shadow, and then I'll play a new path I haven't played before. What is it, Sylvester? He's like looking like.
Yeah, he's confused about the vacuum cleaner.
Oh yeah.
He's looking at the door, thinking that something's coming in. By the way, I got I got Mario Kart Live.
Sonic Kart Live.
For the Switch, and it's actually pretty cool. The camera is pretty slick and uses like Wi-Fi to connect to it from the Switch.
Which is kind of
So as
dumb.
long as you got a good signal, it'll work.
I think that's kind of dumb though. You have to have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, how else would it connect? Just maybe Bluetooth, but that'd be a pretty short range.
Well, it has Bluetooth.
Yeah, but it would be a pretty short range.
Well, that's true. It's just that it's just that you would think that there'd be something, you know, other than Wi-Fi. That, you know, because like
Wi-Fi. Well, see, Mario Kart Live is made to go around a large area, and Wi-Fi is about the only one that's going to reach around your house.
Underestimate me, Doctor.
I just feel like that should be like an option, you know.
But why?
What if you don't have Wi-Fi, or what if the server shut down on that thing?
If you don't have Wi-Fi, you can't get the game.
Well, yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, your turn. Oh, your turn.
Loading so
Eggman
slow.
is behind all of this.
Because
Whatever it takes.
Shadow knows why is Eggman behind all this.
a cuz.
Negative.
Is this the energy plant?
Wow, all he did is move his eyes, and he has more emotion than anybody in Captain Marvel.
Didn't you say that movie was just okay, or it wasn't very?
It's fine. Wait, didn't we see it?
No, you saw it. I didn't see it.
I saw it with somebody. I don't see those movies alone.
Well, you saw it with somebody, but it wasn't me.
Oh. Oh, that's the wrong button.
Anyway.
I've been on the Switch controls recently.
Yeah.
I've been on the welfare, not really, but you know. Let's do this again. Alright, take 2.
Oh. Good.
Sure.
But yeah, so Shadow the Hedgehog the game, I can only take playing so many paths. But like I do have fun whenever I'm in the right mood to play Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm not like, ew, look, Shadow's got guns. He's angsty.
Oh, he's got a Ghoulin.
He's got a Ghoulin, hell yeah.
That bass.
Well then Mario having guns, Mario and Rabbids and all them having guns. I mean, they're not like realistic guns, but they're like essentially guns. And Mario and Rabbids, that's fine. I'm really glad though that like recently Sega hasn't been listening as much to the quote unquote fans of the Genesis days, the ones that are only of the Genesis days. I mean, or act like they're just these untouchable masterpieces.
Drew was asking me why the music's so good in Sonic Forces.
Forces or Frontiers?
Whatever the newest one is.
Frontiers.
Okay.
Yeah, the music is really good, actually.
I need to play it, but I don't want to pay the money for it yet.
Why? You know it was on discount for a while, like physical copy.
Oh, how much is it now?
When the normal price is $60.
Yeah, I don't want to pay more than about $2.
Bucks?
Yeah, I can get it for that price, right?
40? What?
I can get it for that price, right? Okay. What the gay is this?
Andrew, it's meant to push you forward.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get back up where I can get the better spot. See what I mean?
You know, as long as the game doesn't prevent, as long as it doesn't prevent you from completing it, you know. I don't know if you knew that. You know, I just noticed that big ship or that big blimp-like thing in the background with a really long stuff. Andrew, just go.
Ah! No, I'm winning this. This is personal now.
No, I'm winning. We're eating cat food in the dark.
Oh, come on. You know, eating cat food in the dark. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was on George Lopez. That show only furthers the stereotype that George Lopez is funny.
Where's that from?
That was from Family Guy.
Hi, I'm Fran
Hit the
Drescher.
white button. The white button. Okay. Well, Team Blast.
Just watch this.
I was gonna say if there's a bunch of enemies, you can always just use your Team Blast.
Yeah, but there weren't a bunch of enemies.
Yeah, well, there was enough enemies there
So
to.
what was the porpoise?
The porpoise was. I don't know. Kill.
Kill.
Kill. Fun. Kill. Fun.
What was that from?
The Doom Shadow show.
Okay, yeah. Fun. Shadow, kill all these black people. I mean, black creatures.
I was just thinking of that.
I was going back to a lot of old Brutal Moose videos recently.
Yeah. As much as I disagree with him about Shadow the Hedgehog, that was a funny video.
That video was great. I mean, you know, I like his first good video was Lego Island.
Oh yeah.
His first truly good video was Polar Express.
Yeah.
His first year had wrapped up, and I mean, he just made a masterpiece with that one.
When would you say his videos started dying down?
When he started doing more food reviews than game reviews.
Yeah.
See, but when he does, okay, when they start dying, I don't know, probably sometime after Jungle Kids.
Yeah.
I mean, he still made some good ones. He had a good Pajama Sam 4 one.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's some of his really good video reviews, things like the animal game. You know, like the meat snack one.
Yeah.
Four-dimensional creature said, "Hey, this whole Earth thing that's about to happen, we should make sure that meat snacks are exclusively marketed to a-holes." Like, Okay, well, I tried to do Roush. Good.
But a Nile charge. You know what's funny? A couple of my channels have been growing a lot. Like, well, not like a big lot, but like a lot more than I expected. Like my normal channel now has like 306 subscribers.
Subscribers.
I have over 100,000 views.
Subscribe.
I have hit the.
Yeah, I don't know where the white button is. Heck, I barely even know what the color white is. Everything is just a shade of pink for me.
Oh yeah, you gotta wait for the Team Blast to get done with its. There we go.
Caustic Blaster.
Yeah. So like, but yeah, my normal channel on YouTube has been getting
Okay. I guess all the rings are
has been getting a lot of views.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a problem they finally solved in Shadow the Hedgehog. But anyway, so you have that, and then you have let's see. Anyway, and then my Just Some Gameplay channel has gotten. I mean, it shot up in subscribers like really fast, and all I was doing was just posting like videos and clips and stuff of like different games. But anyway, and then
What channel does this go on to?
what? Oh, this one goes on to the Let's Play channel. But that's where I was getting at, was this channel here, the Let's Play channel, it still only has like 46 subscribers. Good job.
What the heck?
Yeah, don't use Omega. Don't use the power characters in those, because they only shoot out so far, and so far and wide.
And use the left thumbstick to balance.
So far and wide.
But yeah,
I don't know what I've been saying.
yeah. So has like Drew played Sonic Frontiers, or you just heard the music?
I'm not sure.
It is a good game. It's like, let me put it this way: it's not a perfect game. There's still a lot of flaws, but like,
Have you beaten it?
well, I've beaten the story. I haven't really like gotten absolutely everything. Trying to get an S rank in some of those stages though, or some of like the stages. Like the stages aren't technically, except for the first one, I think. Technically, none of them are required to beat the game, to beat the story. I mean, because you could find because you get like keys and stuff to unlock the emeralds, which you unlock the emeralds in every world in the game. And by that I mean like you get them, you go to the next world, and then you have to get them again because of something in the plot, that kind of deal. Basically, you get to use Super Sonic like 4 times in the game. 4 different bosses. What's interesting is in the game, you don't like the final boss. Is technically like the true final boss is you can only get on hard mode, but the way you can cheat the system by apparently by just having it on easy or normal if you wanted to, getting through the game, and then you set it to hard mode before you fight the final thing.
Yeah, it's not the only game to do that.
I mean, yeah, I know it's not the only one. It's just funny. It's just a funny way to do it. But anyway, which I haven't actually done that last boss, but I looked it up, and like, I'm not gonna say who the final boss is or anything like that, but I will say it's basically a shoot 'em up thing, like a Galaga type thing.
Oh, it literally is just Sonic playing Galaga. Okay.
Essentially. But anyway, but I mean, a lot of those bosses are pretty cool. Like, there's one that just has a freaking sword, and the music is just like really good.
It's a long first level.
Well, part of that is that you like screwing around. Part of that was you going, oh, I gotta go back up and do this.
Amen to that. Amen.
A woman, you mean? Oh.
A woman. A man and a woman.
Oh, Lord.
You know, I don't want the ring. I'm leaving. Bah! Bah ha 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 ha. Freaking Bradley. 9 minutes. Oh yeah.
What did I get an E rating or E rank? I demand. I don't know. But it's just funny. Like, I think the people who played Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time, like the fact that they were. Well, see, here's the thing: is that like, Shadow was actually meant to die in Sonic Adventure 2. That was meant to be, but that was also. It was also kind of up in the air if Sonic would keep going, because since Sega was going to be dropping out of the console market, so Sonic Adventure 2 in some ways was kind of like just the finale for Sega. At least that's how it was kind of planned. So obviously it would have been like, you know, oh, Shadow's dead, but you know, blah blah blah.
It would be Sonic is dead.
Well then. As they started thinking like, oh, well, we're just gonna make, you know, now we're gonna have the games be multi-platform or be on different platforms other than Sega. And so that's how we got, you know, we got Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube and Sonic Advance on GBA, Game Boy GBA Advance. So then, like, and because of how popular Shadow was, see, like, I'm sure it was emotionally, you know, like, oh my gosh, Shadow died and all that stuff for first-time players who played that, like, before, you know, the games that came after.
Sylvester, look at him.
Are you interested in this, Sylvester?
He's looking at something. Yeah, he has got an intense look on his face.
I know.
Sylvester? What are you doing, kitty?
But anyway, so whenever like Sonic Heroes and Sonic Battle and stuff came out, and they saw that Shadow was back, apparently some people were like, why? You know, he died in SA2 or whatever. Well, we didn't play SA2 until after we played this, Sonic Battle,
I better go.
all that stuff.
And okay.
So
Kitty. Kitty wants out.
So the emotional impact of Shadow supposedly dying was not affected because we knew he didn't die.
Level up.
So, like, so anyway, yeah, so like we weren't affected by the death of Shadow because we already played the games where, you know, it was after he came back.
You wanna know what character death affected me and shouldn't have?
What?
X's death in Mega Man 02. Spoiler!
Well, spoiler for that game that's been out for
Since what, 2002?
3 or something, 2002 or 3.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 20 years old, basically. So I think at this point it's okay to spoil.
And the collection has been out on the Switch and stuff.
For almost, or for around 3 years.
Yeah,
or
it's like
something.
for a few years now.
Yeah. I think it came out like 2020.
Honestly though, like the Mega Man Zero games are super good. Like in certain
The stories are really depressing.
In some regards, I kind of like them more than the X series.
In some regards, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the X games are great. Especially, I think what was really hard, but was a really good game was X2.
Yeah.
Like that game was actually pretty difficult.
Well, here's
you
my
wanted
thing.
to get all the cool stuff, but man, is it good!
I'm now trying to play those games like not one right after the other because I feel like that sometimes that can kind of like I kind of get burnout, so whenever I get to a game, I don't know for sure if I like it. I might say like, oh, I didn't like this one as much, but it could just be that I was burnt out of, you know, Mega Man or something, or whatever game I'm playing.
There's no such thing as Mega Man Burnout.
Well, no,
Mega
because
Man
Burnout's
is-
a separate series made by.
Mega Man is too good to ever cause burnout.
Well, anyway, like,
I tell you what I'm looking forward to is the Battle Network collection coming out next month.
yeah.
Holy crap.
So, like,
I've been asking for that for years.
are we gonna have the DS version of 5? Oh,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the DS version of 5. It had some neat stuff, like the whole like put in a cartridge thing, and you get special armor or folders or something.
yeah.
The one thing I do wish I had for it was Boktai. I wish I'd never sold my copy of Boktai 2,
Boktai.
because that game is super expensive now. Which, if you've never heard of Boktai, which I only knew about Boktai probably because of Mega Man. The thing about Boktai is you were a vampire hunter, but your game cartridge had a solar cell on it where you would actually get sunlight in the game. So you had to have real sunlight, or I guess, you know, UV light,
Yeah.
to slay the vampires in the game. So like it actually had a little cell that would tell if there was sunlight coming into the cartridge. And the more sunlight you had, the stronger it was.
Let me ask you this:
I'm trying to get over
would
to
that
the
game
US
work without that gimmick?
It'd be a decent game without it. I mean, it's a little isometric RPG, action RPG. But here's what's interesting: if
Didn't
you
he appear in?
yeah, you appear in Battle Network 4, which is how I learned about him.
Yeah.
But again, here's what's interesting: if you have too much sunlight in the game for a while without being in the shade, your character can get a sunburn, and you have to eat apples to help cure sunburns.
This is a real game, ladies and folks.
It's a trilogy. Only the first two came to America, though.
Of course.
It didn't sell that well.
Oh yeah.
So I understand why. It's not just
Bok
like
Tai.
retardation. Yeah. Bok Tai. Now, if I really want to play the story again, which I do, people have made
Mods.
like recreation carts, but they put a mod in it where to do the sun, you just hold select to charge up your sun gauge.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to get the solar cell. How do I take care of these?
Bok Tai.
Oh, okay, it didn't work that way. That didn't do it. No, it's still.
It's like whenever he gets hit, he's like,
Okay, where can I find a key? Do we have all
"Hey
the
there, we
emeralds?
have all the emeralds."
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm getting all the keys anyway.
Wasting time.
Wasting time like a real hedgehog. You give hedgehogs a bad name, Knuckles.
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 So like,
So yeah, Mario Kart Live, super fun to mess with your pets.
yeah.
I mean, we had a blast just driving that. Because, like, the controls are really intuitive with it because you see it from... There's a camera mounted on the back side of the cart. And so you follow and drive it with Mario Kart controls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that thing's not more popular unless just people either have too much carpet and the car doesn't drive well, or people just don't have a lot of house space. I mean, I don't have a ton in my apartment, and it's carpet so it doesn't drive well. But here, where it's a lot of hardwood, it's a blast.
Now remember, don't use I'll make it to get in the cannon.
No promises.
So anyway,
Okay.
yep.
How
could this happen?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
You just gotta back down.
What?
You gotta do that. Just accept that as long as you still make it through the level, then it's fine. Leave it in.
Well, like, I tried to fly and couldn't. Also, why are there 12 different ways to do this?
I don't know. Because that's Sonic. I mean, a lot of Sonic games have multiple pathways. You know, it's funny. Sonic is my favorite video game franchise, but I'm not a big fan of like speed running and all that stuff. And Sonic is essential. I mean, there's a lot of it where a lot of stuff that's built around speed running. Then you have Sonic Forces that like it's just automated, essentially automated. And it's really funny the justice that's going on with like the fact that like the writers of the writers basically of the 2010 games they don't work as the writers anymore, and that's why the writing was a lot better in Sonic Frontiers. And like, but it's funny because like before that you hear like this you hear in this interview one of the writers, and I found out I'd say one of the reasons why the writing wasn't very good, why it was just cringy comedy, is because one of the head writers or whatever was a guy who used to like work on have a heavy hand in like Happy Tree Friends and stuff like that.
Oh Lord.
So all he knew to do was haha bloody, you know.
Natural.
Now I'm not saying that it was completely them that screwed it up. It was Sega that approved it or made the decisions on some things. I'm just saying they could have done a better job at writing, or writing certain things. But like the guy was saying like, you know, there's some of those fans that are just idiots and blah blah. Not all of them, but some. You know, there's some fans that are just idiots, and I'm sure it was the ones that were telling them that like the writing wasn't as good, criticizing the writing, saying something about they don't know how the world works and all that stuff, and then like the writing was 1,000 times better in Frontiers because it wasn't them or he wasn't involved with it, and it's just like, oh, see. Again, Frontiers doesn't have perfect writing. Some people, I think I heard something like it's possible that someone at Sega wrote the script, and then like Ian Flynn, the one who works on the current comics, like kind of like put all the dialogue together or wrote something about that.
Okay, how? Explain this. I hit A, and I hit A again to attack the target right in front of me, and I proceed to shoot off into the lava.
Energy storage tank?
You know something, Andrew?
What?
As long as you do. That's just funny logic to use. This game is nowhere near perfect. I'm just saying it's a lovable mess of a game.
See? Like, what is this?
I think you're like not going high enough, but that's still not really you doing that. I feel like that's still the game doing that.
Also, I should have died there.
Well,
Ah, frick.
they wanted to make sure that you'll at least get through the level.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a. Oh, I have to kill
Yeah,
him.
you have to. I was about to say, Andrew.
No, I'm trying to kill him as Omega.
Annihil charge. Annihil charge.
This is a really hard part to do, and all of a sudden you have no power-ups. Okay, there's one, but
Yeah,
I
here
need
is
Omegas.
one of the really bad problems with like this game and like some other Sonic games around this time was that like if you were trying to get an A rank in a lot of these, A or S rank, if you die, you essentially got to start over if you're like not at the beginning already, because it resets your whole score for that level. If you die even once, you lose all, and in this game you lose all your power-ups and everything. And I'm just like, that's a bit too harsh. I mean, like, for me personally, I just play the game as what people consider any percent. As in, like, you just play it to whatever percent you decide to.
Dadgummit.
And do you need me to do this part?
No. I should just actually try for once.
I feel like you say that, but really deep down you are trying. You're just not doing very well.
No.
That's like usually when a lot of people say, it's like when a lot of people say, well, I just wasn't trying, or I wasn't doing this. And it's like, no, you're just sucking.
Okay. Here's the thing. How? No, okay, here's the thing. I went to jump towards the enemy,
Yeah.
and then Rouge killed it. So what do? I fly into the lava, and then somehow I fall through the back of the stage.
So here's the best part about this thing where they reset the score and stuff. They reset the score. They sure don't reset the timer. I think they only set it back to whenever you hit the checkpoint, you know.
You know what? I respect it.
What?
Doing that.
What, with the timer?
Yeah, being so brazen.
Yeah.
It's just like, frick you guys. You want to get an S rank, you'd be hardcore.
You gotta reset, but if you reset, you lose a life. So essentially, what you have to do, if you want to get an S rank, and you lose, and you lose a life, you have to start, I mean, unless you don't mind, unless you have plenty of lives to spare, you have to exit out and go back in. And get the S rank that way. Because like I said, you can't, there is a reset thing, but you lose a life for that. Which isn't just this game. That happens in other Sonic games.
Worthless consumer models.
I feel like that is like peach colored here. That lava. Okay, so it only, yeah, it doesn't, it only sets the timer back to whenever you actually hit the, you know, the, yeah, checkpoint.
Looks like this one's
Yeah, they didn't really get the, the ring thing right, where you speed dash through it.
Okay, how come I was like, how come I suddenly couldn't grab that?
generators look just like the machines we saw earlier. If we destroy the robots, the devices should fall too.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, everything I've been trying is not working.
Annihil charge. Ooh.
Nice if I could at least have a decent power up.
Energy storage tank?
Rising up from below.
Let's see here. So, Sonic Hero, Sonic Hero.
Okay.
It's really funny how, like, there's this, I think it's like comicbook.com or something, some kind of like thing with like comic in the name or something that comes up on my phone sometimes, like from like the news, or well, like as like a news thing from Google. And it's really funny how, like,
Okay, I had rings. Why did I die?
it's really funny how, like, it's just really funny how, like, they have like this thing, the article that feels pretty clickbaity. Because like you like, oh, Classic is on sale or something for a really low price, and then like you go there and just like either some unknown game or a game you like every other article like everyone and their mother knows about is on sale or is going on.
Okay.
But they say it like.
Why is this so broken?
But I usually get those articles after I knew everything about it, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Andrew, you're about to lose all lives. You're gonna have to hand it to me before we lose them all. We got a show to do here.
How many lives do we have?
Pause it and check. 3. Andrew, if you get down to the last life and you're still trying to go, I'm taking over. I'm just taking the controller. Because we got a show to do. We're not doing this whole level again. We're not going to be Game Grumps about it and just waste everyone's time with being on the same level, blaming. Of course, you got Aaron who just sucks at video games but only likes to blame the game.
Okay, how would you recommend I take care of these things? Everything I'm trying is not killing them fast enough.
Shadow. You just gotta know all the game, just like, you know.
Next.
11 minutes and you got a lot of those points gone. You still gotta do the boss.
Oh, okay.
I somehow know who they are.
Wait, Gamma's dead.
Yeah, and Beta.
Yeah.
Unless he found the Rick or something.
He learned the truth.
You can skip this if you want to. We don't have to watch this. We already saw this cutscene. Who's this broad?
That's unkind.
Remember, just keep using Shadow's tornado move. Or use Rouge and...
Alright, then let's do it!
No.
Step back. Let us get the dog first.
I'll find Eggman's treasure first!
You know, there needs to be a game that, like, stars... there needs to be a game that stars, like, Team Dark.
That's it. No more mercy.
Why does she just land in his hand?
She puts his butt in his hand. That's unsanitary. She puts her butt, I mean. You know, why does Rouge need a bunch of... Why does Rouge need to get a bunch of jewels in...
Never mind, those guys were definitely up to no good.
Enemies detected 200 meters ahead. Initiating battle mode.
Hey guys, wait for me!
Hey guys, wait for me.
Sid.
Our top
Cool,
priority
Sid.
is Eggman. Don't forget that. No time to wait.
You know, or what I was gonna say was that Rouge, if you think about it, like, why does she need a bunch of jewels? Like, she could make a bunch of money and just buy the jewels. I mean, she's a bat. Think about what she could make in Africa. In places like Africa.
While a ball moving the left thumbstick right or left changes ball direction.
Andrew's not paying attention, that's why he hasn't gone ooh yet.
Yeah, I have no fracking clue where I am or who you are.
Who am I? I was gonna say Rouge could just make guano.
Eggman's robots must be eliminated.
She could go to places where people use guano. And there you go. She could make a bunch of guano. That sounds so familiar. Bat droppings.
I'll cook it from here!
Like from Ace Ventura 2.
Guano. Collect the whole set.
Oh yeah, guano bowls. Collect the whole set. But like, you know what I mean? Like the like she could just go to places where, you know, and just make some guano for them. Well, maybe she doesn't because she probably doesn't like to eat that much. I mean,
This is a bit too much.
This is a bit too much. Like, I don't know if I agree with you. Maybe it's because you're a bat.
Let's go live.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Level up. You know, this is like the... Yeah.
Chaos control.
I only did...
Sounds like.
I only did that to get Rouge back, but now, you know, anyway.
Cossack control.
Yeah. But like, you know, Rouge making guano is where I'm getting at.
Eggman's robots must be eliminated.
Monkeys throw their poo. I don't know.
Monkeys throw their poo.
Fire, fire. Water.
Ugh.
Take this, take this. Sir, this is a Wendy's, so take this, take this. Or
Take this. Take
yeah,
this.
that's essentially how we hear it is take this, take this.
Take this. Take this.
It's like, doctor, let's see, what should I take to help myself? Take this, take this.
Triple that when there are 3 balls in the machine. If Eggman symbols come up and match, you lose your ratings.
So what about Tim and Moby? Remember Tim and Moby?
Yes, educational material.
Yes. Let's see. Fire. Shoot. Fire. Cool. I'll take it from here.
Oh.
The ultimate power. Chaos control.
I know, Sylvester. Rings. Yeah. He's been meowing a lot today. He's on in here. Can you let him in?
Oh, he was in?
Yeah.
I forgot he was out. He's so loud, I thought he was in here.
I mean, shoot him. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Well, you know, Ender Eggman's robots must be eliminated. Come on.
Chaos control.
Come here, kitty cat.
Kalsuk control. Hey.
Just as planned.
So, something I've actually learned is that, like, fans really do like Sonic X. They just don't like the American dub of Sonic X.
I don't like Chris Thorndike. You piece of crap.
Well, like,
Did you watch any of that Sonic X set I gave you?
not yet, but I've just been, yeah. Oh.
Is this a cap gun? Can I put caps in this?
I don't think so.
Oh, darn. I wanted to put caps in it.
I
so
got
I
from
could go,
Dolly.
"Pow!"
Sylvester, you want it in here. Make up your mind.
That's so funny. He's staying.
Sylvester, come here, Kiki.
He literally walked in here. Like, I didn't even pull him in here. I just opened up the door for him, and he walked in. Where's he at?
He's over there by my closet door trying to get that open now.
Why do cats like get upset at things that are closed? Like, it has to be open.
They just like everything to be
Like,
open.
like mouse entrails. It has to be open.
But then they like to be in like really small boxes. Like, yeah, they're gonna be open, but they like to be in really small boxes for. You look at that robot back there.
Oh, that's Omega.
Aren't you funny? I'm talking about the other one.
Okay.
There is one running back there, actually.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about Omega. I know.
All robots are the same.
All robots are Omega. Omega is life. Omega is love.
You know,
Omega is a big old gay boy.
you know, really, all games. I mean, this game is essentially just like Fast Frogger. All games are Frogger. You know, you gotta make it to the goal.
All games are Elden Ring now. Elden Ring's fine, and I see what they did. It was so good. But I have one huge complaint about it.
What?
No pause button.
I don't understand that either. It seems like
There is no justifiable reason. Like, I understand
there really isn't.
If you're doing the online play, I understand. But if
Yeah.
you're doing single player, there is no justifiable reason for not having a pause button.
That was actually a big reason why I don't play those newest Monster Hunter games. Is that you can't pause it.
Games
Like,
that don't have pause buttons for non-online play make no sense. Even the Atari 5200 had a freaking
pause.
pause button.
Huh? Like, I'm sure those hardcore fans are gonna have some way of trying to defend it, and it's just not
it
gonna
makes
come
it more
out.
difficult. If I need to go take a dump, okay, I want to pause my game, come back, and then keep playing my difficult game.
No, you've gotta hold it. Unless, let's see, if you don't have an issue with your bladder or anything like that, you're not a real gamer. No.
Doesn't look like we'll be able to move on.
No problem. Let's get moving. Bingo on this table.
Just a reminder,
I know. But we can't work without having a bit of fun.
with this consumer models,
You know, this was like the first Sonic game that, yeah, that's right, Sylvester.
What?
He's just like chasing his tail right now. This is the first Sonic game since Sonic Adventure 2 where the...
Why is his tail
Roll
so
those voices.
interesting to him all of a sudden?
But I know, oh, it just happens. And if he claws himself, he'll meow. He'll be like,
I want to see that.
because he's done it before. He's clawed his tail. He's like, "Meow."
I need to see him do that.
I have to. You know,
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
He's looking at it like. Dang it.
This stupid shirt. I'm trying to cover my nose.
Dang it.
What are you doing, Sylvester?
Dude, what about the voicemail video that came out years ago? It was like, can you please come pick me up? I was at my boyfriend's house and I had to poop in it. And I couldn't get it all to flush, so I put some of the poop in this cat's litter box. And when he came in and asked where it came from, that's what the cat did. And he said, the cat couldn't have did it. It died 2 weeks ago. Please come pick me up. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Please pick me up.
It's just like the seriousness of it.
I know. I just love it. It's just at the end. Please pick picking me up?
Oop.
Please pick me up. And she's so sad.
Oh no.
Don't fall.
Okay, Shadow. What if I want to fall, though? Shadow, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Oh. So it was, that's funny. I saw this picture. Is that like this like dramatic, like edgy looking thing in like a comic strip, and it had a picture of Shadow on the mirror or something. It said, "I am Shadow Hedgehog. He is literally me," or something like that. I'll take it from here. Annihil charge.
Chaos control.
Have you seen the video? You know, like airplane seats
You
have
have to activate a switch to open this door.
TVs on the backs,
Yeah.
and you'll have these girls that have long hair, and they'll just let their hair hang over the back of the seat and get in front of someone's screen.
Yeah.
And so one girl got really mad and frustrated about this girl doing it over and over. She just started lacing gum into the girl's hair. And the girl just kept putting her hair in front, so every time the girl would move the other girl's hair, the other girl would put her hair back in place. So she put Lord knows how much gum in that girl's hair. I mean, it was impressive how much gum she managed to stick in that other girl's hair.
Fire, fire.
Robots are guarding that case.
It's like you have an alarm, or like instead of like a smoke alarm, I can always just go like, just have Omega
It goes,
going.
"Ha!
Yeah.
Ha!"
Just have a clip of Omega going fire, fire.
Shoot, fire.
Yeah. Oh.
Sylvester?
Anyway.
I wish he grabbed a hold of his tail so we could hear him meow at it. That was
It's
so
funny
cute.
whenever he gets stuck. Sometimes he's like "Rawr," or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes.
whenever his claw gets stuck in something.
Yeah. He's like "Rawr."
It's so cute.
I know.
New Sonic Spinball looking pretty lit.
Awesome. And there it goes.
Sylvester?
What are you looking at,
His
Sylvester?
face.
I know, he's seen some things. It looks like the way he's looking, he's like, I've seen things. I've seen some things, man. And some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. Worthless supermodels.
How strong it is.
How strong is that thing, Andrew?
Not very.
Annihil charge, Annihil charge, Annihil charge, Annihil river, Annihil charge.
It looks like those robots are guarding that case.
Eh.
Why do you still have this old Civil War musket toy in here?
Why not? I got it from Dollywood, from Dollywood,
Man.
years ago. I got it in like 2010.
Bro, that's the year I graduated high school.
Well, that was before you graduated high school, whenever I got it.
What, you on a class field trip?
Yeah.
Surprised they let you take it home. They were like, oh gosh, he's gonna shoot up your school.
We live in Tennessee, they know a little better.
Don't fall.
Are you sure?
Well,
School systems.
that is true. I was just say the
Zero tolerance policy bullcrap. I finally understand what that means. Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why I try to leave the other characters behind, because they'll just go on and then they'll die, and then whenever I die, it's like I don't have another chance. And they came along with it. Well, I guess they did. It almost sounded like they did. If I see a cross through their icon up there, then yeah, they came with me.
Ugh.
There's just really sensitive controls here. It's like Mario does it. It's like it's not a glitch or it's not a problem. It's a feature. Or it's like if a Mario game hasn't aged very well, it's like it hasn't aged poorly. It's a time capsule.
The one that will always bug me and has yet to ever be topped is it's neither a sequel nor a prequel.
So it's a remake.
Yeah, I mean, it's either... Yeah, I mean... Okay.
It's funny how they were trying to avoid
You
calling
can-
it a
You
remake.
can say that if it's just another chronicle in the series,
Yeah.
but if you don't say that, then basically all you can really say is it's a remake.
Yeah.
Which most of the Star Foxes are remakes
Like it seems like around half the Star Fox games are remakes
of the original.
of the
Like,
original, yeah.
Star Fox 64 is a remake of Star
Yeah, it's
Fox
technically-
1.
So and then you have the
and
3DS version, which
then
is
you-
fine, but
yeah, but then you have Star Fox Assault,
that's not a remake.
which is not a remake. It's Star Fox Adventure, which is not a remake.
Star Fox Command is like a was kind of like inspired by what 2 was before 2 came out. Anyway, I had to let the cat out because they don't like things being closed.
Power balance adjustment needed.
Look at that. Got a comment there. Let's see.
Doctor!
Tell me, Doctor, what was I doing? Asleep on that base? And what about my memory?
Your memory? What memory? You have no past to remember.
What?
Well, I believe our time is up. I'll see you again soon. Get them.
Okay, I just need to pause it real quick. Sorry, fellas. And ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm?
Hold on. Okay. For a moment, I thought it was like a comment, but it was actually a direct message. Like, oh.
Fight him.
Numerous targets detected inside perimeter. Prepare to enter.
I'm not sure. I have not been able to figure out if that was intentional or not. It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't intentional, where it goes there at the end. But I'm wondering if it is because it's Omega. He's a robot.
Level up! I took it from here!
And we need to stand up for robots by calling some robots non-binary. It's like, guys. Whenever I hear that kind of stuff, where it's like, we're standing, where this robot represents non-binary. It's like, it's a robot, guys. Of course, it's non-binary. You know what I'm talking about, Ender?
What, robots being non-binary? What?
Yeah. Or what was it? That Transformer show?
Oh, yes.
The
something
non-binary Transformer. It's like, guys, this is a robot.
Yeah.
And I thought I remember hearing something about like someone talking about like Kit from Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, like Kit, essentially the alternate universe Clank, which is essentially like a female version of Clank, I guess you could say. And like, but like they said something about something about her being trans or trying to say that she's trans or something. I'm like, It's a robot. I mean, technically she's not a she, and technically Clank isn't a he. They're robots.
Yeah.
If you're trying to represent them, you gotta do a better job than that. Okay, alright, we're not doing that. Wait a minute. Annihilate charge. Yeah. I want to reply to this message, but I don't want to keep you all waiting.
Another wooden ball. Would it kill the makers of avocados to include a different toy like a mood ring or a novelty eraser? Dear Lord.
What was it on SpongeBob earlier? What was it the SpongeBob's parents called their apartment or?
Oh.
Avocado. It's like
avocado.
Avocado. Oh my gosh.
You underestimated us, haven't you?
Activation test unsuccessful. Minimal resistance detected.
You know, I think that may have been like the first episode of SpongeBob where his parents were like the main focus of the episode. Like they've had some where they're there a little longer than they were in the. Don't get too excited, boys.
Are we done with the stream?
No, we're gonna do one last world, or at least one last level. Kind of even things out. Because you know we got that fourth world to do.
What fourth
Did
world?
we get them all?
Well, you know the one that we originally thought was gonna be the last one when we were kids.
Rail Canyon.
Eggman energy detected. Ground base up ahead.
I wonder what the doctor really meant.
He meant you are a whore.
When grinding, press the X button to accelerate and use the left thumbstick to balance.
Move the left thumbstick right or left, and press the A button to jump from rail
Okay.
to rail.
Why?
Oh.
I jumped in and I tried to like jump over to a different rail and it jumped and did the tornado. Shaw. Keenan, spell officiate. The man got a little bit sick because of officiate.
This is quite an engineering feat.
Amazing.
We are heading straight for that.
Keenan and Kel was such a it's like really the acting is not very good, but
It's fine.
I mean it's fine. I'm just saying that. I mean like they probably didn't get a lot of practice, or they didn't pick people that were like highly. Well, I don't know. It's probably like you watch it today, and then like you can just tell the acting is not top quality, but it's a very enjoyable show. It's still done very well because it's like the way it's written and stuff. Or you know what I mean by that? I don't know.
I'm an adult.
I don't know if you know what I mean by that. Where it's really not. It's actually not very well written, but at the same time, it's well written.
X is equal to 3, but at the same time, X is equal to 4.
No
That's what I just heard.
But X5 is the best.
natural.
You know, I never realized just how good of a production quality X4 had.
Yeah.
I wish 5 had had that level of polish.
Yeah, no, because like here's the thing: is like X4 does a lot of things right, but then it does enough wrong where we still feel like X5 is better. Now you could say nostalgia. You could say we're nostalgic for it because X5 was the first Mega Man X game we played. I guess you could say it's the first like more traditional Mega Man game we played because what was it? The first one we played was Legends and.
Was it?
Yeah, I actually remember that.
I know.
Because I remember our sister had. I don't know if you remember her name, but no. Our sister.
What?
Our sister rented.
Why did she rent it?
Like we didn't know anything about Mega Man until she rented that.
Oh, come on.
Look at the way Shadow's like. His head was like bouncy like that.
You know, to this day, I still barely ever remember her playing games that weren't like that Pac-Man game or Crazy Castle.
I can remember it. She just didn't play as much as we did.
No, because she sucks at video games.
I mean, in all honesty, she does. I mean, when it comes to like the more, when it comes to like ones where the controls aren't simple, I guess you could say. She plays Stardew Valley, but that one has like it's definitely more simple to play.
The one that drove me up the wall was the
When
one
she
time
played
I
Resident
remember
Evil
playing
4.
her playing Resident Evil 4. And the zombie's walking up, and she only aims not at the zombie. And
Or it takes her like
aims at
she
the ground,
like,
and
aims at the
all
ground,
way
aims at
up.
the air, and just like that's so
Oh,
funny.
it drove me nuts. It's
I mean,
right
like-
there.
Doesn't look like we'll be able to move on.
It's just so funny, like the way that happened. Though it's just like.
I don't know how you could be that bad. I was dumbfounded, one might say. Doo-ba-doo-boop-boop-boop-boop.
Activate all 3 switches.
All 3 switches.
I'm committing suicide.
Anytime now. Okay. Level up.
Part of me thought it would be kind of cool to have a live stream to do a let's play of Metroid.
You'll be playing that.
Oh man, I should do it. We should do a stream where I do. If I decide
It's
to,
so tempting to say stream, isn't it?
yeah, I could do a 2-part let's play of Metroid Fusion because I can beat that game in under 2 hours.
Don't worry about that.
No, I've never done it in one sitting. I think I've done it. The shortest I've done it in is 2 sittings. Yeah, I can beat that game in under 2 hours. I need to go back through it again just to get myself re-familiarized with it. Basically, if I decide to do the Switch Online Plus, we'll do it off the Switch.
Yeah. So, I think I prefer... I'm wondering if I'll like Metroid Prime more than the regular Metroid games.
What the heck? I wasn't even pressing forward. It just shot me forward.
Andrew, just remember the wise words of Shadow from Shadow the Hedgehog whenever you have moments like this where you might feel irritated at the creators for doing this. You're going straight to hell.
I wish they had just gone all the way with the edginess and had gotten the game a T rating.
Yeah, I feel like that would have done a little... I mean, I'm not saying exactly that would just automatically fix the game or anything, but I feel like they should have done that, but because, like, nostalgia's for kids. Like, I'm not... You know, honestly, I don't want to get into it, mostly because I've done it so many times now. But basically what I'm trying to say is there's just a lot of hypocrisy with people criticizing Sonic, but then praising other games for like the things they criticize Sonic for.
Did you hear Sylvester there
Yes,
in the
I did.
background?
Aaron, you know we have a cat? Let's remember, like whenever we brought Sylvester in, like Spartacus was just like, for a long time it felt like his attitude was just, guys, I don't know if you know this, but there's a cat here, you know. Or like, I just noticed we have a cat here.
All of a sudden, he would act surprised that Sylvester was there.
Yeah. Well, we did go like 4 years without having another animal around. Up to that point.
That's like how Sylvester decided to take up shop here.
Yeah, cause like, see, we'll get cats occasionally around here. I mean, like, there's other dogs too, but obviously they stay around with their neighbors, but like, it's funny cause like, Sylvester, he was just like, he decided to stay, like he kept coming back and we saw that he was hungry and we were like, well, we're not gonna let him starve, but also we know what's gonna happen if we feed him, so we're like, hey, why don't we keep him?
Yep.
But like, yeah, so I think Sylvester knew we had another black and white animal. He's like, hey, I'll fit in here.
Yeah, and he and Spartacus just got along.
Yeah, no, like there was, like
that was one of the driving factors is that
there was no like having to train.
yeah, we didn't have to train any of them to like the other. They were just friends.
Yeah, like
Spartacus,
they mess around with each other, but like
yeah, but they play.
they play and stuff. But like it's just funny. Like it's also really great that Sylvester seemed to already be potty trained.
Well, apparently cats don't take a lot of potty training. Somehow the litter thing is natural to them for the most part.
I know, but like it's just funny because like you know you might hear about someone talking about their cats like pooping on the floor or something, and I mean like Sylvester
Sylvester has only done that in the situations where like
or he has a urinary thing.
no, yeah, I was gonna say, but when somebody has taken away his litter box.
From the place it's normally
Yeah, from the place it normally is, and he'll just poop where it was.
Yeah, like we had someone watch him while we were on vacation in Florida last year, and like apparently he did that. Like we tried to have it to where they didn't have to go in our basement to clean out the litter box.
Oh, no!
And then like. She went down there and like, yep, there was poop on the floor around where the thing is. I think there was also enough like litter there to
take care of it.
Yeah, or you know at least like there was litter there, so he's probably like, okay, well, like I think he'll probably be more used to eating up here than he would be to use the litter box up here upstairs. Because like if we ever decided to just like have his food up here, have him eat up here, I think he would be fine with that. But like, yeah, and then you've got that thing from that Loch Ness monster or whatever from Ape Escape. Whenever you jump on it. Yeah. I was playing that on PS5 recently, and I got all the trophies pretty quickly.
Me too. I haven't beaten it, but I've played it.
Well, I got it before you, so I'm better at life than you are. But anyway, so yeah, it'll be after this world will be done, as we've normally been doing, except with Team Rose because that was so short, we were able to just do it in one go. And also, hopefully this time our voices will be, you know, because I did check. It should be going. I see it right there. And
I see it. I see it now.
It's always been inside. Why does it seem like almost every like at least one song, every Sonic game has something to do with inside of you, you know, something.
Inspiration.
We like talking about your inside. What?
Our receptionist, our friend who's a receptionist at our chiropractor office, I had an old Sonic hat that I gave for her to give to her son. He's a big Sonic fan, and I was really glad to hear. What?
He's a good kid.
Yeah, I was really, really glad to hear he still likes to wear that hat. A couple years later, it's his big boy
He's
hat.
A good kid. He has morally made it in the world, so I mean,
He's morally.
I'll take it from here.
Okay. Okay, I'm pressing X, and he wasn't going.
This must be the drive.
Ready, remember, we don't need any more chaos animals.
Fun. Let's get in.
I wasn't even trying to get the key. I just, you know. Okay, I was trying to get the key. That's besides the point.
Let's see. Let's see.
Did you know
This game didn't create furries. Furries created this game. No, true, but no.
No, wrong. Okay, true, but
That was something on Oni Plays when they were playing Sly Cooper. He was saying something like, I just said that in a very country accent, Sly Cooper, you know. But
Sly Cooper.
but anyway, it was funny. Like they were playing Sly Cooper and they were saying something about how the game created some furries, and then like they were like, no, and they're saying like furries created this game or something like. They're saying how like they were out long before, how furries had been around long before that game, which is true. But it's just funny like how he was just like, well, no, true, but it's something like that. I think now the point he ended up making was that like the game probably helped make furries because of characters like Carmelita, you know.
People be all like, yeah, I'm all into that Fox Lady stuff.
Ooh, Foxy.
I'm just all about, you know, wanting to mate with her.
I like how you destroyed it from a distance and it counted as you like. How could this happen to me?
I just wanna scream.
So, at some point we need to play Ratchet and Clank. I need to see. I've had Ratchet deadlocked on PS2 for a long time, but I found recently I found hopefully fully working copies of hopefully they're fully working copies of Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3. I just need to find the first game.
I tend to find them okay from time to time.
I didn't see it. I got Up Your Arsenal there, and also I got Ratchet and Clank 3 there.
Oh, I
Remember,
see.
you can jump. Okay, let's say you can.
Almost.
And you drop like a. Oh, well, there we go. Remember, you gotta fix that.
Oh,
See, that was like, honestly, that was the ultimate problem with this game, is that the ultimate life form would ultimately slip off in an ultimate way. No, like, all the characters just kind of slip off and slip and slide all over the place. If that was fixed, if they had like a fixed version of that, this game would have gone a long way. Like, but I mean, it was probably a little bit rushed, you know. So here's the thing.
what?
They say that like, Andrew, you gotta hit that other one. You gotta hit that other one.
Hang on.
No, hit that. There we go. It's a puzzle. It's a very complex puzzle, as you can tell.
I don't believe in puzzles because being smart is for stupid people.
Being smart is racist.
Intelligence is racist.
Facts are.
People with intelligence enslave people. So intelligence is basically slavery. That's the transitive property, right? Geraldo gonna do what Geraldo done do did.
I remember that.
Funniest freaking things he did.
I know. I remember this one Vine like years ago. Obviously, it was years ago because it's Vine, but like these two guys that would like make a bunch of jokes like dressed up as women and stuff. They're supposed to be playing like stupid women, and like there was one where it was like it's supposed to be like this guy walks by as they're doing something, and he goes, "Girls are stupid," and then like the one of the guys is supposed to be a girl is like, let's see, I cannot believe he just said that. That is so racist. And the other one says, I think you mean atheist.
Shut up.
I still remember, like some people will say that's so racist when they mean sexist.
Why don't we do a lower route?
but like that's like
It
why
sounded
that
like
that's
she
why that
said-
vine was made.
It sounded like she said, let's do a mower route.
Well,
I know it's lower, but it says it's a mower.
we gotta do a lower mower route. But on no, be careful. As I say.
I pressed X.
Yep. Well, like I said, that thing really didn't get fixed until later on. I feel like it was a little better in
Yeah, the homing
Sonic
attack
Adventure 2.
the homing attack needs some work too, because I definitely did not try to go towards the train.
I'm sure someone has already been working on a mod. I'm not sure how moddable this game is. There is a PC version, but like, what I'm saying is, I wonder if someone's worked on like the physics for this game. 'Cause this really is a great game. It's just the physics of like you slip and slide and everything doesn't work all the time. I feel like that if that stuff was fixed, this would be like, you know,
An even better game.
yeah. Well, this game is great, but you know,
Let's try it.
let's try it.
Great.
So like,
Great.
I forgot what I was to say. I remember like after Frontiers came out, I saw on Twitter. This isn't what I was originally gonna say. I just forgot what I was gonna say, so I thought of this. Someone on Twitter said like because of how well Sonic Frontiers did, like people who like all those people who always say like Sonic had a bad transition or had a rough transition into 3D and all that.
Yeah.
And someone like updated it saying Sonic had a transition into 3D. Not a good one, but just a transition. Not a bad one either. See, Sonic.
Epilepsy.
See, here is the thing. Again, one of the various things that Sonic 06 had very much potential for, and what they were trying to do, or you know, so like Sonic Adventure 1 had like really good open level design, and Sonic Adventure 2 was more focused and like more linear in comparison to like, you know.
Had better levels.
It had better levels overall. I do kind of wish it had more of the openness of Sonic Adventure. So
Yeah.
I think that's what one of the things Sonic 06 was trying to be, was trying to mix the good elements of Adventures 1 and 2. It's just because of all the rush development and all the changes, everything just messed up. I still don't think it's one of the worst games of all time.
Okay, how?
Scary.
I was, let's say, Flush to Rouge because of that.
Also, why does it fall so long?
Yeah, I don't get that in some of these games where it's like, why did they take forever to have like...
Okay, also, why is it so far back?
I don't know if there was no checkpoint or if you missed a checkpoint.
I didn't see
I'd still choose to blame you either way, though. It's all your fault. But when it comes to when it comes to Sonic 06, again, I don't think it's the worst game of all time. It's not a good game, but it's really not all that bad. Like I would call it.
It would be nice to have a finished version.
Well, that's what PO6 I think it's called is trying to do. Like there's a project, like PC version of it, because it never officially came to PC, but someone's working on it to where like they basically fix it up to a point where people are like excited to play it. Because there's a lot of people that know that Sonic 06 is just an extremely rushed game, and that's ultimately the problem. But of course, then you still have people going, Sonic kissed a human, Sonic is bad, you know. It's like, guys, that was in 2006. That's over 15 years ago now. That's gonna be 16 years ago now. Or, you know.
Did you know that Sonic kissed a human?
Yeah. And like they still try to write off that if they're trying to criticize Sonic. There's some reviewers, and it was just, I think a lot of people are just done with them. They're just like, yeah, these people are never gonna let go of the past.
It was really funny. One of my coworkers was talking about
Have Rouge. Switch to Rouge. Switch to Rouge.
Okay, well, hold on.
Okay,
I gotta kill the guy.
you can jump into that now, Andrew.
I tried to earlier and I couldn't.
Keep going. It's weird, but you can see. It's just in a really random, weird place. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was talking with my coworkers about True Lies, and we were talking about the. We were talking about different characters. He's like, also Jamie Lee Curtis, which she played the wife.
Yeah.
He's like, Jamie Lee Curtis. Damn. Like this is all he says about it. And because the dancing scene, I still just love how she like falls over. That was so funny.
Let's say.
But a bit scary.
Yeah, that. I mean, admittedly, that scene was kind of hot, but you know, it's funny too.
Yeah, no, yeah, but it's just so funny because she just falls, and it's played off so well, and it's just funny. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to get up for that but he didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. I just like how. I like how in that same scene there were like two mistakes in that same scene that they kept in.
Yeah.
Whenever he dropped the thing. You know, it never really occurred to me that the movie was meant to be a action comedy. And I knew there was a lot of comedy, but I didn't know that like it was meant to be considered a comedy. I still like that one scene though, wherever it had
I've got a tiny penis.
well that too, but also there's also that scene with what's his name, Tom Arnold's character, where he's like whenever he sees Dana on there, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, or you know, and he's like, I remember, she was putting on a helmet for when she was about to ride a motorcycle, and they're like, he's like, I remember the first time I was shot out of a cannon.
I'm just so glad Tom Arnold was in that movie.
You know, apparently he's in that new show that doesn't look very good. That's based on True Lies.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously he plays a different character, but like.
I remember the first time I was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Why? Like that's so stupid.
But after watching the trailer for the series, I mean, just judging from the trailer, it already looks like it's gonna have the same problems a lot of Hollywood remakes and all that stuff have today.
Not having the original actor.
Well, not necessarily that, but like.
I don't even know how I lost Shadow.
You hit a thing like one of those things.
Frick.
You just got one more jump and yeah, okay.
What the heck?
Andrew, it's not gonna count. You think they're gonna be that generous?
No problem. Let's get moving.
Yes.
Anyway, it's funny. Like moves like that are both the. It's funny. You know what? You have that stuff at the wrong times.
Oh, what? Keeping you from falling?
Yeah. Because, like, you're meant to fall there, but it keeps you from falling at first. But whenever you're, like, slipping and sliding around, you fall off so easily that way. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway. I've got rants to say about this game, as much as I love it. I've got rants. But, yeah, like,
What?
I could kind of tell you didn't go quite forward enough, but I know it's just this game, you know. But anyway.
You know what? I'm gonna be Rouge next time.
Yeah. Anyway, so like the new the episode came out just earlier this month, The first episode, I mean, of the True Lies series. It's just, you know, they PC-ified it in some places, at least from what it looks like. And it's just, you know, it's just kind of your generic stuff, and of course you're gonna have, you replace some of the main white characters with some black characters, so whenever the show doesn't do as well, they'll just say, well, it's because you're racist, and, you know, they're just gonna pull that same generic crap, and, you know, it's also CBS, of course it's gonna be, you know. Anyway. One thing, whenever you were bringing up the neither sequel nor prequel, talking about Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, again, unless it's just another game in the series that doesn't take place at any one point in time, but and it's not a remake, then you can say that, but at that point you just say it's just another Chronicle.
But like, yeah, like they, like you, it's
Like-
just
like-
funny
like-
because you
like-
could just right there, Andrew.
Oh, I didn't even see the laser.
Anyway,
Like the Kirby games, for example. Like, those aren't sequels or prequels, they just kind of all are in a vague storyline.
that's a lot of Mario too. At least you're done with this part. Anyway, so then you have
What did I get hit for that second time?
there was another set of lasers. How
didn't-
did you
I
not
couldn't-
see it?
No, I couldn't see them.
Well, anyway, so, like, you could just tell they were trying with all their might to not say it's another remake of Star Fox 1. Now, supposedly Star Fox Zero does actually add a lot of stuff, but it's still ultimately a remake of Star Fox 1, and it's primarily the same as Star Fox 64.
I've not played Star Fox 2, but I hope that since it was the original game, that it's not just a remake.
It's not. It's just that apparently it's just not very good. It's not as good as people were hoping. Let's see. But like the thing about Star Fox Zero is I remember when the completionist,
That's what I think about.
because he was just so sucking Nintendo off so much, and like when he was reviewing the game, he's like, it's another remake of it, but that's perfectly fine with me, you know. So whenever I kept hearing, whenever I saw his review, I just kept unfortunately kept seeing him with the Nintendo logo, you know.
Shame to call myself a treasure hunter.
Was essentially what that was. But yeah, so that's the thing is that like you can tell like he says that he was provided a free copy, I think. And he's like, but I'm getting no money for this, blah blah blah. I'm gonna
Why
be
would you give her
unbiased.
such awkward tits?
It's a bad. How could you not make them awkward?
But why are we emphasizing bat tits?
Yeah, that's so weird. By the way, it's fine. It's fine whenever there was them and naked ones in the original Howard the Duck movie.
Daniel, what about on AVGN? Let's see. How can you tell whether the two cans are male or female? Oh, look at the cans on that toucan.
All right.
Okay, let's do that again.
You know, as a kid, I thought he was saying radio cannons. Because he's saying ready all cannons so weird. There were so many things, like in songs too, where it's like, you basically have to read the lyrics to understand what they're saying. Either if their accent is strong, or they just say words weird.
They slur their words. Huh?
Yeah.
What about a Family Guy with Sting?
A brand new day. That's what we call
Which
it.
is true. It's when Sting went solo. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah. That's what we call a
Oh,
variable.
come on!
That's what we call a variable.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
We have to get it, no matter what. All right?
Okay.
I remember they had another one where it was like, let's see, something about math, using math in life and something like that, and it shows like Chris trying to get directions from this guy. He's like, okay, so you're gonna make this something. You're gonna go over here. You're gonna solve for X.
Yeah, where they bisect at a 45-degree angle.
Solve for X. Yeah. You know, I'm almost.
We're not done yet. Don't let your guards down.
Okay. I was like, where am I?
Who am I? Anyway, I'm almost surprised. Again, I love this game, but I'm almost surprised that like whenever because you were like above the ground or you're not over the ground or whatever. I'm almost surprised that like
It didn't just drop me in the middle.
yeah,
I thought it did there for a second.
yeah. Watch out there! Watch out there!
She just like shot back at me.
I know.
Sonic, right back at you.
Yeah.
Kirby X.
I want to say Kirby is definitely my favorite Nintendo franchise overall because
Mine's Metroid.
whenever I get in the right mood, like I have to be like Mario's good too, but like generally,
Did you forget who I am, Doctor?
I think you forgot who you were, Shadow. That was the whole point of your character arc here.
Why are the bosses easier than the levels?
I don't know. And then Shadow's just like having this crisis of.
He's like, my fur texture is really weird.
And Rouge is like.
Let's go.
And it has more emotion. It has more emotion in that than the looks of any Telltale game. So anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this playthrough of Team Dark. Well, okay, this certain thing. So join us next time if we play some more of this. Oh, take this. You got any parting words, Andrew?
I'm sleepy.